You've certainly missed a bit. Tensions between Iran and the United States have escalated tenfold due to a Trump-ordered airstrike on an airport in Baghdad. The two missiles fired by a U.S. drone caused the dust to settle with 24 people dead, one of them being a critical blow to Iran, the death of their top military general, the head of Iran's elite Quds force. This has led to an explosion of anger throughout Iran, with Iran's supreme leader warning that a harsh retaliation is waiting for the United States. This was showcased in the form of a riot, with Iraqi military supporters breaking the U.S. embassy compound in Baghdad, smashing the main door, setting it ablaze. Since U.S. embassies are used for American affairs in foreign countries as well as to preserve and protect the relationship between the host country and the United States, this can be seen to many as Iran's direct attack on the United States, with Articles 21 to 25 of the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations implying that U.S. embassies are U.S. territory, stating that they should be undisturbed and protected to avoid conflict. It certainly looked like war could be the possible, if not inevitable, conclusion, with more troops being sent to Iran and countermeasures imposed. question now on everyone's mind is, will this be World War III? Well, the answer is not so simple as yes or no. As for whether to be considered a world war, multiple countries must be involved, and the United States' biggest threat is not Iran, but more so Russia. Iran and Russia have a military alliance, and Russia outnumbers the US in warheads, but Putin and Trump have shown a great relationship, so I highly doubt that will lead to Cold War II electric boogaloo. So with that out of the way, let's have a look at how a war between Iran and the United States would go down. Here are a couple of Iran's options. Nuclear warfare is most likely never going to happen due to a variety of certain factors. The US has a way bigger nuclear stockpile than having a 50-year head start. Biggest world powers have nuclear countermeasures in place should an attack on them go down. The US' capability to launch nukes anywhere in the world surpasses pretty much every other country except Russia, of course, due to its unofficial satellite states as well as the Navy. So the nuclear warfare option is pretty much completely out of the picture. Conventional warfare is the standard option, though they have very little chance of winning at all. Iran, though powerful in its own right, is not even in the top 10 strongest countries in the world. Only 2 other countries could possibly stand a chance of a prolonged fight with the United States. Those countries are the top 2 or 3, China and Russia. Iran's military assets mostly consist of cold arms or hand-me-down technology from the late 90s, retrofitted with newer technology. Iran's military budget is $20 billion. Yes, $20 billion. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that $20 billion is a lot of money, but when you're looking at a space exploration program, which has gone down significantly in budget since the space race actually gets more money than more military every single year, I'm not so sure you stand the biggest chance of winning a war against said power. Well, that's not mentioning the United States' $600 billion, and it goes into those really big 35 days. Yeah, it's just not going to happen. Modern conventional warfare relies on air superiority. With the U.S.'s large air force and naval fleets patrolling international seas, it's easy to provide air support in combat, so Iran has very little chance here. Iran could potentially use guerrilla tactics in order to delay and prolong their conflict in hopes of achieving an outcome that's a bit more in their favor. Here's the problem. The US has learned much from its only loss in a war, armed conflict with Vietnam. They will most likely resort to other methods, such as more surgical strikes and carpet bombing. The final option for Iran would possibly be to stage another attack on US soil. However, this is not the smartest decision, as it will grow massive political support for the United States military, and it'll pretty much devolve until one side is completely starved of resources, and I can tell you firsthand, it will not be the United States. So that's a few options on how Iran could theoretically topple the US, and to be honest, I'm not that far from the nation's capital, so absolutely no worries in my head at all of Iran just coming through and dropping a nuke. Yep, I'm completely and totally. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to
mounted across the region. Members of the Iranian parliament chanting "Death to America," and this weekend, an ominous sign, a red flag symbolizing war, raised above an Iranian mosque.
We took action last night to stop a war. We did not take action to start a war.
In the face of criticism, President Trump insisted the attack was a necessary measure.
Solidarity was by imminent and sinister attacks on American diplomats and military personnel. But we caught him in the act and terminated him.
There are questions about the administration's initial justification for the attack, just how imminent those threats were. This evening, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Tom reporters, the intelligence was compelling, adding, instead pointing to the general's record of fighting ISIS. Today, the Iranian government announcing they're suspending commitments to that deal, now abandoning limits on enriching uranium and stockpiling nuclear fuel. Hostilities continue to escalate after a series of Iranian provocations over this past summer, including the downing of an American drone. Then, in late December, an American contractor was killed in a rocket attack in Iraq. The U.S. blamed an Iranian-backed militia for responding with airstrikes that killed at least 2